buying a giant roll of toilet paper always looks like either you're going to TP a place or you eat nothing but Hot Pockets. The con had a paint and take. You could paint little figurines, and we found little Eldritch monsters. So KE painted this one. She's a lot more talented than I am. Whereas I painted this one because my talents are very puny.
And then that one's really cool.
Thank you. These were fun. What are you yelling so pathetically about? What? 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 You okay?
Little kids at con are adorable, and I admire the parents that can actually handle taking their kids to con.
For all the parents who can do it, I don't know how you do it, because I have trouble taking kids just to Walmart.
Dude, I felt bad for my dad taking me to my first con when I was 15. Like, that's still...
That's still, you're a hero if you can put up with it. To all the parents who put up with their children, especially their teenagers going to con, you guys are miracle workers.
Dude, mad props for any parent who lets their kid cosplay.
Yes. No, definitely. It takes creativity. It keeps them occupied so that they're hopefully not going to do crap.
We had a girl today who said her family was just thankful that she wasn't drinking or on drugs or anything.
Yeah.
Like, cosplay takes lots of skills, and you learn lots of new things. And I think that's something a lot of parents who don't see need to see, and the ones that do we really appreciate. Because, yeah, you learn things that most of our generation doesn't know how to sew. Most of our generation doesn't really act unless they go to drama class or theater class, and I think cosplay really encourages a lot more of that and taking it into your own hands to do it.
It also helps you view the world differently. If you're an in-character cosplayer, you view the world a different way because you have to see the eyes through a different character's point of view, which is completely different from your own.
And you're forced to interact in different situations and kind of gain I don't know, I feel like I've gained social skills through it that I didn't have growing up because I've always been a socially awkward person. And I feel like cosplaying, learning different characters, learning how different types of people interact and stuff like that has really helped me understand how to interact with regular normal people at things like my day job and just in day-to-day life. It's very helpful on a lot of levels, and I think parents that understand that are really a blessing.
It's great to see. I love seeing the parents here at con. I mean, some of them are looking like, what the hell is my child doing? And then there are some parents who are like, oh, let me get involved with this too. Like, okay, this is cool. I'm excited to hear this. And you learn something about your kid.
Yeah.
The thing is, the way that I see it, whenever I have a kid, I know that children are born to let you down. They're not going to be born perfect. They're not going to be born to your standards of all your high hopes and dreams. You're going to be let down. But the thing is, you can choose to either cry over it or accept it and pull yourself into, okay, who is my kid? I still love my kid unconditionally, because if you're a good parent, you love your child unconditionally, even if they're a little fuck up. But I'm a little fuck up. I drink all the time. Turn down for what? But anyway, no. But I don't know, if you're willing to accept the fact that, yeah, maybe I think this is weird and my kid might be delusional and is acting like a 13-year-old boy when really they're a 20-some-odd-year-old female. But, okay, let me see what this is all about. Let me love you for who you are and just, let's see where this goes. And you might learn also that your opinion of your child was wrong, that they're actually perfectly fine and stable, and their character might just not be stable. Like me outside of Roxy. I don't drink that much, and I'm a completely different person, obviously. But, I don't know. I like the parents who get involved with it and are willing to love their child for who they are, and even their weird hobbies.
And if you do have parents that just kind of don't get it, we know that that's rough. And I get asked a lot, how can I convince my parents to be okay with cosplay? And you can't, unfortunately, you can't really force them to be okay with it if they're not going to. You can't make them think cosplay is okay if they're really set on not liking it. But if they are convincible, bringing up all of the effort, creativity, things you learn from it can really help. And showing them a very mature side of yourself through cosplay can really help. So if you're able to sit down and give your parents a full explanation, like very mature and straightforward, this is how this works, this is why we do this is what happens at conventions, there's competitions, there's play acting, there's interaction, there's panels, and really give them a solid explanation. Sometimes that can help a lot. Sometimes not getting as upset, like, oh, you really need to understand because you're emotional about it. Your parents don't understand. Your feelings are tied to it, and your parents aren't. So you kind of have to give them a lot of logic. But if you give them a lot of logic, it can show them that, hey, this is something I'm mature in doing. This is something that I feel strongly enough about to sit down with you and tell you how it really works.
Yeah, like, personally, yes, getting into this community, it did scare my family when I was very young. It scared them because they saw nothing but the yaoi and all the sex and all the drugs and things like that come into conventions. That's all they saw because that's all that goes on the news or that goes on shows because that's the hype, that's the cool thing, all the drama.
A lot of anime stuff that parents will look at, and they see the hentais and the ecchis and the boobs and the everything.
Yeah, when they think anime, they think Tenchi Mayo and bouncy tits.
Girls.
And they're like, oh, my child's into that. That's not okay. I don't want my kid exposing their chest. I don't want my kid exposing themselves. I don't want my boy looking at girls exposing themselves. Stuff like that. But the thing is, whenever I logically explained, hey, no, I'm in this for the hype of the skill level for
sewing,
cosplay
acting,
and
photography.
Yeah, no, it helped them realize that I was doing it to just gauge a different side of my point of view and to also learn different things. Yes, I got into modeling because of it. I got into photography because of it. I still fail at sewing, but I've learned a lot more than I ever would have known. I can cut a wig. It's helped me gauge a lot of where my skill points are through different characters, through different things I had to just do to be in a character. So it helps them realize that, yes, no, it's not all about the bouncing boobies.
Yeah. Method acting is a great term to use for acting in character if somebody doesn't understand that. And bringing up everything that's involved and some of the finer points that involve that parents are actually going to take to, like things they want to see their kid doing, learning new skills and stuff like that.
They want to see you happy, but they also want to see you safe. They want to see where will this take you in your future because your parents are always worried, are you going to leave at 18? I don't want you to be a 30-year-old on my couch. Please tell me that you're leaving.
Are you going to have any skills at 18 that are going to help you with life?
Yeah, because some parents see, oh shit, my 16-year-old's still hooked on cartoons. What did I do wrong? That's some parents' thoughts is, oh great, I stunted their development. My child is still into cartoons.
It's hard not to take that personally.
It does hurt. No, that does hurt a lot.
It hurts when your parents think of you that way, and know that, and this doesn't cover all parents, but know that a lot of them aren't doing that intentionally. They're thinking like a parent.
They just want what's best for you. They're scared that your development is stunted. That hurts. That sucks.
Yeah.
You know better. But the thing is, then act like you know better. Don't throw a hissy fit. Otherwise, that's only proving them right. Whereas if you go,
like, honestly,
no, actually, Mom and Dad, Death Note is very logical and has key points.
Sometimes you can have a discussion with your parents about anime and video games just as mature as you can with your friends.
Yeah.
Because I know when I was 15, 16, I had very deep discussions with my friends about animes we were into. And then I found the more I turned those same deep discussions over to my parents, the more they kind of were like, oh, I see why you like that anime, or I see why you like that story. I see how this is impacting your life.
And you get a lot of kids who, because of anime and manga and stuff, are actually hyping their skill level as far as writing and drawing. That'll take you somewhere in the world if you want it to. And if you show that to your parents, don't show them your porn. We all know you read the smutty smut. You don't have to show your parents that, but letting them know, hey, I've learned how to write a chapter novel, basically, worth of stuff. I have a bigger vocabulary thanks to Homestuck.
Like, straight up honest, I can do overhead announcements at my job where I have to read off of a script, which is something a lot of people I work with are very nervous to do, because I have been acting in character in cosplay. I wasn't able to do it at first before I started really getting into cosplay, but because I'm so used to talking now in a character and kind of putting on a performance, I pushed that through and I'm able to do announcements at work that would make me nervous before. There are definitely things to be gained.
I think it's really cool. I love seeing the parents who are willing to hear their child out. I'm also happy to see the parents who just, even if they don't understand, even if they don't really want to understand, and they still allow their kid to go, and their kid makes friends that will hopefully be friends for the rest of their life, and the parents are just thankful. Yay, my kid actually has friends who will stand up for them, take care of them. Oh, you lost your ride to get home. Or, oh, your phone died. Well, we'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Here, have my phone. Or here, we can try to give you a ride.
Parents are freaking great.
It's awesome, and I love it. As someone who has taken care of children and stuff like that, and I do feel very paternal sometimes, don't hide too much from your family out of concern that, oh, they definitely just won't understand. So I'm going to hide all of this, and then they will find out one day. Just trust me, my family found out about things that I thought I had the most under lock and key. If you're more straight up honest with them, they're not going to feel the urge to completely bash you, yell at you because you hid a secret for some odd years, that you put on a wig and ears and might have kissed a person of the same gender, whatever, that if they don't respect that or whatever. If you hide things like that too much, that's going to hurt them more. That's going to hurt them too of, I really wish you would have just trusted to come to me about these things. A good parent, at least. And I know some parents just, even if you were to be straight up honest, might be dicks, but...
And that's a use your best judgment
That's a use your best judgment, but
you know your parents better than we do. This is mostly for the parents that you're just kind of on the fence about, or if you've never tried being honest with your parents about it, at least give it a shot and take it slow. Explain a little at a time and explain it in very logical terms.
Gauge your family. Or even be like, hey, my friend is into da-da-da. What do you think about that? They might be willing to kind of open up, and they'll show their true colors. So, yeah, use your best judgment, but don't hide things that you're petrified of. Like, if your phone dies at a con and your parents already don't like you being at the con, don't hide the fact that your phone is dead and don't get a hold of your parents, because it's not the con that they're mad about. They're just mad about, oh, great, now we don't know if our kid is dead on the side of the road.
Like, in that circumstance, parents will actually give you a lot more respect if you immediately text them from someone else's phone, like, hey, my phone died, just so that you know.
Just so you know, my phone is dead, and
it feels
am
like
at
you're
da-da-da.
I'm safe and I don't need to check in, and you probably are safe, and you probably don't necessarily need to check in, but they like hearing it. They like knowing it, and it will kind of give you brownie points on being mature enough to say, oh, my phone died, I should go ahead and let my parents know that it's dead.
Well, like, even me, I'm an adult. I don't live with my family. I'm allowed to go wherever I want, do whatever I want. My family has no anything in my life. Yet, me going to Dallas, they have texted me just to be like, hey, just wanted to make sure you made it to Dallas safely. That's a parent. That's a good parent, at least.
Yeah.
It's just the one who's like, I just want to make sure you live.
Yeah.
And you're okay. And so yeah, if your phone dies and you need to check in with your family, check in. Don't hide it. Don't freak. Don't panic. Things happen, and they're going to respect you more if you do keep a cool head and just do what you're supposed to do. Cons are so much fun. There has been so little drama, and I'm so happy.
This has been a wonderful con.
It has been a very wonderful con.
We've been trying to practice a lot of what we say and walking away from drama and just going, it doesn't have to start if we don't want it to, and it has definitely helped. It's been a really good con.
We do practice what we preach, we promise.
Yeah.
We're not just saying it to sound like goody two-shoes. No, it's actually something that we force on ourselves. It's
and sometimes
us
it's hard,
preaching
and
to
sometimes
ourselves.
You do feel like, oh, this happened. I could totally start a fight right now, or I could totally be in a fight right now, and it is not easy. We're never saying it's easy to walk away from drama, but it's worth it.
Cons are basically like months, like it's a weekend, but it feels like months of a life within friendships and relationships because you're put through so much conflict.
Yeah.
You have to get a hotel room together, or you have to schedule a time to meet, or you have to be in da-da-da characters and whatnot. There's a lot of things that go on at con that feels very similar to months of a friendship.
A friendship that would take you months to develop can develop overnight at con. I could even say that because I made a friend.
It's just because there is so much strange. There's so much that you have to use your big boy judgment on, or girl, or whatever. You have to use your adult judgment on at a con, which does then hype your relationships into saying who are the people who can handle the world and who can't. And that can be stressful. That can be very painful.
Cons are a real make or break thing.
They are. There's a lot to them, but it is a good thing. It's great for people who live together. Us. We live together, and yet cons are stressful. They put you through a lot.
Cons will make
And they strengthen our relationship, I think.
Cons will make you learn a lot about yourself in a very short amount of time, and a lot about the people that you interact with, and a lot about new people in a very short amount of time. And it can be both wonderful and difficult.
Because at a con, you're meeting all types of people. You're meeting people of all different points of views. And the best thing is to settle in for the night and go, I handled myself very well for the person who snubbed me, or the person who might have made a lewd comment about my costume, or what have you. But going, well, I handled myself maturely, or tucking in for the night and going, you know, I'm not proud of who I was yesterday. I'm going to do better tomorrow. I'm not proud of how I handled those situations. I was rude, or I shouldn't have actually cried over that.
One thing I kind of try and keep with me, especially at con, is, because it is hard to do and hard to deal with, is the fact that challenges make you stronger for the future. And just like an athlete has to work their muscles over and over and over and over again to strengthen them, you have to work your social skills and your life skills over and over and over again to strengthen them. And cons, difficult as they are, put you through a lot of challenges that will make you stronger and more capable. And so if there's something tough going on, I'm like, this is really hard to do. Like, big example, me driving through Dallas to get here. Like, I'm not that experienced of a driver, and driving in Dallas is very, very scary to me. And I just keep reminding myself that doing it made me stronger.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard. I was scared. I was panicky on the inside. For once, I hadn't let the panic come out on the outside, which I was proud of myself for, because last time I drove Dallas, I panicked a lot. And I'm like, wow, that last experience made me stronger for this experience. And this time I was stronger than I have been. So the challenge makes you stronger, and the things you can gain out of it are so huge.
You learn a lot about the world really quick whenever you're at con.
I'm in my 20s and I still do a lot of growing up at con.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our next con adventure?
I'm ready for the next con adventure.
Awesome.
Time for the rave.
Oh yeah.
What? Attitude. Hello.
Hey everyone, long time no see, am I right? How's your week been? Almost well, 2 weeks actually. Con was excellent. It was so much fun. It was an absolute blast, and I loved it. But I got con plague. Bad. I've been at home with a cold ever since con, but it was worth it. Yeah, so I haven't really done much of anything since con. Yeah. So, if I sound funny for this video, that's why. But I love you guys, so I'm gonna keep on trekking and make this video no matter how silly I sound. So, this thing just happened. I was outside with my kittens just now, and I feel like instead of having kittens, I have a pride of lions outside because they ambush me now. I will walk to feed them, and then I'll have 5 kittens around my ankles trying to like drag me down and make me stop walking to pay attention to them. And I was just chilling out there, checking all my stuff, you know, Tumblr, social media, it was a nice evening to be outside, and it was close to dark. And if it hadn't been close to dark, I would have videotaped it for you, because some funny crap happened. The black kitty decided that she was really jealous of my cell phone, and she slapped it out of my hands. Not once, but 4 times. Literally knocked it out of my hands. She came up, stared at my phone, and before I would even notice her, out of the corner of my vision, she'd run up and snap it out of my hands. So my phone landed on the ground several times because these kittens were jealous, especially the little black one, solid black short hair one. I love them, but they're so mischievous. She bit my finger because I was on my phone, and just knocked it out of my hands constantly. And I'm now in cat jungle gym. I was sitting there on my phone, and one of them was clinging to my ankle for dear life. The other one was literally hanging onto my back by my shirt. The other one was right here curled around my neck, and the others were in my lap. And I was like, yes, can I help you? I'm trying to do things and stuff, and you aren't helping me at all. You are being the most far from helpful with knocking the phone out of my hands. Thank you. So that's my story of today. My cats hate with a passion when I'm on my cell phone because it's doing something other than paying attention to them. It was sabotage. It was utter and complete sabotage. My dog is snoring. I'm sorry. What are you doing? You sleepy puppy snoring? Rocks. What? Can you wag your tail? Roxy! Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Are you being a good girl? Look at the boys. Look at the boys. I'm cute, and I'm not trouble at all. No one believes you, Roxy, but you're cute anyway. I have the dreaded con plague. It's not very fun. I wanted to do things whenever I got home, but now I can't. I will let you go before I lose my voice any further, because this doesn't sound too great. But I love you all. You have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!